Sarah's first time of acolyting, so welcome, Sarah. Thank you for inviting me to share a moment of grace. Around here, there are lots of them, but a couple stand out, and one is from Easter 2020. So I arrived at Grace Church right after the shutdown, right after the lockdown began. And so every Sunday that I was here for the first 7 weeks, there was nobody in church except for Matt, me, Alex, and once in a while a lay reader. And so it was, challenging. And then that Holy Week was kind of surreal. We were doing all those services, which are so inherently interactive to the empty church and the camera. But that Easter morning, we got here, and as usual, it was Matt, me, Alex, but also one of the fellows, Isabel Morrison, who's a musician. And we'd had a lot of recorded music up to that point. But Isabel took out her violin and played us a couple of beautiful pieces. And then she came up with her guitar and sang, "Now the Green Blade Riseth," which happens to be one of my most favorite Easter hymns ever. Now the green blade riseth from the buried grain, wheat that in dark earth many days has lain. Love lives again that with the dead has been. Love is come again like wheat that springeth green. And it just was resurrection. It was just a moment of, we sing our songs and we say our prayers and God is there and we will get through this pandemic. So that was a really moving one for me. And the next one is also on Easter. I guess Easter's one of those days when you're likely to have a moment of grace. This past Easter. So after that year and a half of nobody in church, we did have some outdoor services, so by now I knew a few people at Grace. But we went into church that day, and it was the first day that people were back in church. It was our first day together. And I just, I had to kind of sneak back and hide here because I was in tears. Because just remembering that the community are the people of God, we are the body of Christ, we are a sacrament, we're an outward and visible sign of an inward and invisible grace. We're the body of Christ. And to see us come back together after that long spell away was just, again, resurrection. So thankful to God for all the moments of grace since I've been here.
Thank you. And now let us with gladness